हामी join हुन्छौँ digitally with our second keynote speaker. उहाँले हामीलाई अमेरिकाबाट चाहिँ join गर्नुभएको छ digitally over Zoom, I believe. हाम्रो साथमा हुनुहुन्छ former mission director. He's also the former additional secretary at NITI Aayog, and right now he's the former mission director at Atal Innovation Mission. It's a pleasure to have with us R. Ramanan, joining us digitally. So it's a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning to everybody there, Honorable Minister, dignitaries on the dais, esteemed guests, innovators who are present for this particular conference, the first National Innovation Conference in Nepal, and all the young students who are probably also attending this and who are getting inspired by the speakers as well as all the people they are interacting with. It is indeed a pleasure and a privilege for me to be able to join digitally, though I'd have loved to join physically there for this particular event. But due to many circumstances, I'm not able to come there at this point in time. But I greatly appreciate this opportunity for being able to share a few moments on this historic moment of the first national conference organized by the National Innovation and Digital Network. I was just introduced recently by the speaker. Just wanted to reiterate exactly my role in the government that I had in the government of India and some other aspects of my previous experience, because the topic is all about innovation. I was the first mission director or the former mission director of the Atal Innovation Mission. This is a national mission directly operating under the Prime Minister's guidance. It reports to the PMO under the auspices of the NITI Aayog, the National Institution for Transforming India. And what is more important than innovation and entrepreneurship for transforming a country? We are a country in India with 1.3 billion people. We have more than 1.4 million schools. We have 10,500 engineering and related institutions. We have 39,000 colleges. We have 150 million young students who are going to be entering into the workplace in the next 4 to 5 years. We are also a country with 650,000 villages, more than 715 districts. We have 8,000 small towns and cities in our country, and we have only 8 tier 1 cities like Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi, Madras, and so on, where people try to flock to, migrate to, in order to improve the quality of their lives and find livelihoods. Now, that's clearly an unsustainable proposition for this country or for any country for that matter. What is important is to ensure that not only the GDP of a country grows, but the social conditions, the ability to be able to empower our people in the most rural of districts and enable them to have better lives is very, very important. And that is why the Atal Innovation Mission was formed, to create and promote a vibrant ecosystem of innovation and entrepreneurship across the length and breadth of the country. And that is, I think, very relevant to this particular conference. How can you create a vibrant ecosystem of innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups across the length and breadth of Nepal? And why is innovation becoming so important? There are 3 very important reasons. The earlier speaker, Oliver, already mentioned that we are a globally connected world. In a globally connected world, we are not only dependent on the rest of the world, but we are also a source of reliable dependence for the rest of the world. So this is a very important factor. Nepal is an important contributor to the rest of the world, as well as it is dependent upon the rest of the world for its own growth and for its own prosperity. The second is we are living in a world where technology is changing the very shape of the world that we are all living in. We have technology changing your experience of the world and the way the world is experiencing you. So today, because of digital technology, I am able to be present in a conference several thousand miles away from where I am, but be able to participate, listen to, share, and learn from this particular experience. 3D printing is revolutionizing the way you can manufacture, design, and develop a product right from your own small house, from your grocery store, from your lab in the school. And that is revolutionizing the way you can drive the manufacturing industry. You have a thriving manufacturing industry in Bhairava, Birganj, and so on. And how do we ensure that 3D printing gets integrated into the manufacturing processes of the small, micro, small, medium enterprises? Robotics is driving the next degree of automation. And as the earlier speaker pointed out, it is being applied in various areas, whether it is in agriculture, whether it is in manufacturing, whether it is in food processing, and so on, because it increases the productivity, it increases the reliability, as well as it increases the ability for you to be able to distribute your products very quickly. Sensor technologies are being integrated into man, machine, device, soil, and space. And this sensor technologies are providing us valuable data upon which we can act upon. And I saw the video earlier, a data-driven Nepal. How do you ensure that sensor technologies capture all the real data that is very relevant and be able to process them at lightning speeds with supercomputing, nanocomputing, and so on? Computing has advanced so that microelectronics and affordable electronics and affordable computing technologies are now at your doorstep. And finally, you have cloud services and digital reach, which enables you to market your product, your service from Nepal to New York, from Salem to Seattle, from Jodhpur to Japan. And that is the power of digital technology and digital reach. So the world is your stage. Anything that you manufacture, any product that you create is having now the ability to reach across to any part of the world and thereby generate economic benefit as well as value to the producer of that product or the producer of that service. And therefore, my dear friends, technology has become affordable, accessible, available, and advanced. And that is why we need to encourage the leveraging of technology by your young students, by the young growing population in Nepal, empower them with this technology and be able to ensure that they acquire a problem-solving, innovative, entrepreneurial mindset, which is going to enable the growth of their own families, their economic benefit, but also be able to contribute to the rest of the world. And the third very important fact that is happening today is that this technology can be implemented and innovation has to start at the grassroots level. This is why the Atal Innovation Mission, which I had the great fortune to be associated as a mission director, has set up 10,000 tinkering labs in schools from grade 6 to grade 12. Why are we setting up tinkering labs? And what is this tinkering lab? This tinkering lab is an innovation lab where the latest of technologies like 3D printing, robotics, IoT, miniaturized electronics, augmented reality, and virtual reality is being made available as do-it-yourself kits to the young school students, so that they acquire a problem-solving, innovative mindset from the school level, not focusing on rote learning that has been the traditional form of learning, but to be able to actually acquire a tinkering attitude towards technology, because these technologies are creating the solutions of the future. And so we have today more than 4 million schools in our country, 4 million students in our country who are accessing these technologies and creating wonderful innovations. A girls' school in a remote area like Salem, which many of you would not even know. It is in the coastal districts of Tamil Nadu, where only irrigation and farming is the only occupation. You have this bunch of young girl students in grade 8 to grade 12 creating a solar panel, IoT-based irrigation management system. So I think it is very important when we talk of innovation in Nepal is how do you instill this problem-solving, innovative mindset in the school students of Nepal, because they are the future generation of your country. And then you have universities setting up incubators who can foster startups. Today, that environment in India has increased tremendously, and we can collaborate with Nepal in order to bring that benefit. Out of these incubators in universities has sprung 88,000 startups and 108 unicorns just in the last 5 years, and has propelled India from a global innovation index from a position of 41 to a position of from a position of 81 to a position of 41 just in 5 years. Now that is what we need to do in Nepal, so that can we create that vibrant ecosystem that will benefit your agriculture industry, your forestry. You know, more than 65% of the people of Nepal are involved in agriculture. More than 41% of your land is forestry. And then you have large river systems which can generate hydroelectric power, which can transform commerce and manufacturing capability in the country. And then you have tourism, which is now centered in the Kathmandu Valley, but can you extend it to the Pokhara region, the Narayani region, and the Everest region for you be able to leverage augmented reality, virtual reality devices to extend the power of tourism to the rest of the world, for them to get a virtual capture of what Nepal is all about and draw them to your country, creating tremendous economic benefit. And finally, in all of this, we need to ensure that we are aware about the importance of climate change. Nowhere else than Nepal is the importance is it so important, because you're surrounded by mountains and you want to ensure that environmental disaster does not affect and create earthquakes and other important, other devastating impact on that region and surrounding regions. And you can leverage technology beneficially to create sustainable development goals related innovations. All of this is what I think Nepal can harness and can benefit from and should learn by collaboration and global collaboration that such a platform is enabling all of you. Thank you so much for allowing me to share a few thoughts on this particular occasion. And I do hope I get a chance to come to your wonderful country and be able to participate in the innovative growth of your country. Thank you so much.